This is a tutorial on how to do a rosemary, garlic, olive oil, sourdough loaf. You're going to start out with almost 2 cups of water, not quite. You're going to dump it into the bowl. I like to use my KitchenAid. Then you're going to add about half a cup of an active sourdough starter. I don't measure much around here. You're going to stir that up real nice. And then you're going to need about 4 cups of flour. About 2 teaspoons of salt. Then I reattach my bowl to my KitchenAid because I like to let my KitchenAid do most of the work for me. And you're just going to let it mix for 2 to 3 minutes. It should look about like this, kind of a sticky dough. Next, I'm going to do my first set of stretch and folds. You're going to pull it up like so and fold it back on top of itself, doing a quarter turn each time until you've gone through the entire bowl. When you're done with that, you're going to cover it with a wet kitchen rag and let it rest for an hour or 2. After that time has passed, you're going to wet your hands and do your second set of stretch and folds, folding it up again and folding it back on itself 4 times. When that's done, you're going to go ahead and form it into a ball, and I like to transfer mine to a new bowl, although you definitely don't have to do that. Again, pulling from the top and kind of pinching it on the bottoms. When you get it transferred, you're going to cover it with a wet kitchen rag and let it bulk ferment for anywhere from about 6 to 12 hours. Just keep an eye on it. It should be about double in size. It should look about like this. And then next, you're gonna pop in your ingredients. Here's about 3 garlics on broil. And here's some freshly washed rosemary, straight out of my herb garden. Here you're gonna dump your dough out onto your counter. Excuse my kids in the background. One's doing homeschool math, and the other one, my 2-year-old, really wants to help. I like letting him help. And then here you're gonna add on your ingredients, your rosemary and your garlic. And you're gonna finish it off with a drizzle of olive oil. And then you're gonna fold it all in. And then here you're gonna shape your loaf. When I'm using ingredients, instead of putting it right in the proofing basket, I like to put my parchment paper in just so it doesn't get my proofing basket all oily or whatever other ingredients I'm using. I like to keep it just floury in there. And then you're gonna let it rise for another hour or 2. Now it's time for the fun part. You get to score it however you want and bake it. You're gonna want your oven preheated to 480 with your Dutch oven preheating in it. So your Dutch oven's nice and hot. And you're gonna put it in, it'll bake for about 22 minutes, and then you're going to take the lid off and bake it for another 15 minutes. Here's the final product, all cut into and cooled off.